video. Alright, so this is going to be a live update because it is Friday at 4 o'clock. I'm done trading for the week. So we're going to go over this beautiful freaking trade right here. This was a sell around 6:30, and this was a 2.65 trade. Very, very calculated, right? So this right here, basically going over the trade, it was plus $400 right on the dot, and this was risking $150 basically to make 2.6 sub. Let's see here, I got in at 188.33, which is right around there, and then I ended up exiting the trade at 1.872. That was kind of the level that I was wanting to get out at, and that's exactly what happened. So let me show you guys why I ended up taking this trade, right? So this is just kind of how I like to trade. I like to set out key zones, and then from there, I like to look at certain price legs and draw up a Fibonacci, and then also I like to use RSI and price action signal. So if we go into the weekly candle, right, our previous week was bearish. So this was Monday the 20th, previous week, and then we go over the daily. So let's see here. So we were trending lower here. I was waiting. The weekly was bearish. I was waiting for the daily to flip bearish, and so we were looking pretty bearish throughout this entry. I was kind of just going through time frames to kind of see, and I saw that we got a big rejection right there off of this key level that I previously drew out at a psychological level of 1.882. So from there, I ended up seeing this big bearish engulfing candle, and then we have a small bullish candle, and then we have a doji showing us indecision, and then a, like I said before, I'm sorry, I just ate a big sandwich. So I ended up seeing this big rejection candle right here at a key zone, and I ended up entering off of that doji. Why did I end up taking this trade off of this doji? So let's go into our replay for a second. So this right here is exactly what I was seeing. So I was basically entering off of this big bearish candle, and then I ended up waking up for work around 5:30 or so, and I ended up taking the trade during this next candle. And as soon as I entered, we literally dropped around 16 points, and then the rest is history from there. So I even put a note out that I was wanting to hold this trade to 187.000, but I just kind of trusted my key level right here, and I was very pleased with a 2.6 RR. So that's one of the things I wanted to get into just for a second, is kind of how not to be greedy, right? So like if you saw a t-shirt on sale, let's say the original price was, let's just say 40 bucks, right? And let's say that you really like this shirt, and retail it was $40, but we walked into the store and for some reason there was a sale and this shirt was on sale for $25. Would you not want to purchase that t-shirt right there and basically save 15 bucks? Yes, you would, right? I would, at least. So I was very well pleased at risking $150 because this is an A+ setup. I go through a little bit more of that in my private Discord, and I told myself, I was like, hey man, if I hit 400 bucks on this trade, I will be very pleased with that, and that's something I'm proud of. So it was $400, and yes, this is on paper trading. I just kind of copy and paste the trade from a live account, but I just keep this up here to kind of show you guys. I want to see what I can do about growing a $2,000 account, which was our starting balance was $2,000. And again, that's the balance history. So yeah, that's pretty much the sell or the trade for this week. And then let's go over a couple other things here. So this is why I only wanted to participate in 1 to 2 trades this week. Let's see if I could. Cool. So Monday we didn't have a whole lot of news past 8:30. Going into Tuesday, we had a lot of Audi news, so I did not participate in any Audi trades. Then also we had a little bit of USD news, some of China news, but that's not really, I don't really pay attention to that. And then we had a bunch of Euro news on Thursday. So if we go back here and we look at the duration of this trade, this was 2 days and 2 hours, and I ended up getting out of the trade on Wednesday. So why does that matter? Because we're looking at the Great Britain pound, which the euro can sometimes affect that, right? And so as you guys can see, we had a bunch of news on Thursday, so I did not want to be caught up in a trade for Thursday. And then also we have a little bit of GBP news and USD. I think we had, what did we have? It was something pretty big. Core price index, CPI. And then going into Friday, we also had some Euro news from, what is that, Italy, France, Belgium, or Germany. So yeah, we just had a big week full of news. So that's why I kind of chose a pair like GBP CAD. CAD had no news this week. So as you guys can see right here, this is the Euro USD. And if you guys know, the Euro US dollar is very slow. And for us to move 146 points through Wednesday to Friday, that's pretty big. So yeah, let's go over a couple more pairs. I mean, look at this, you guys. In an amount of an hour, CAD JPY dropped 100, or how many? We dropped almost 200 points in 1 hour. So that's why you don't really want to get caught up in some of this news and be very speculative and precise. That was a projected trade for GBP. So yeah, that's kind of why. You see all these trades and most of them were just getting stopped out because of news, and that's something that I cannot control. So I'm just focused on stuff that we can control. That would have been a very good trade right here. Good night. GBP and ZD. So yeah, that's pretty much, I just want to give you guys some context. So that's going to be a review of this week. I hope you guys enjoy, and I will be back next week for some more trading. So yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.